I've been drinking water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. How am I to break apart? Don't tell me why we can't collide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn,
let my body do what it's got to do. Try not to think about what's coming up ahead too much or too far forward.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. I'm back. So it's Rick and Uffe. Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I don't know whether going up the Alps is a good idea this morning, but hey. That's what we'll do. Hey there, Owen. The guys did good on the TTT last week. Let's see how close I am to getting the Espada. Hey there, Smith. Good morning.
Hey, Smith. Hey, Owen. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got home. We got home about 9:30 last night. By the time we'd unpacked a couple of things, yeah, probably. Well, it was after 11 o'clock when I got to bed. No, excuse me, got to bed. Come on. I haven't had a full night's sleep, but
Hey, Nick.
hey, Nick.
Ah, that hurts.
Faith was really concerned that we weren't going to fit everything in 2 cars, but years of playing Tetris have paid off.
All right. Watch this. Hold my non-alcoholic Guinness. Watch this.
I don't really get the American dome system. That's so stupid that you have to move out all the time. Denmark, you can stay there for duration of your. You can even stay a couple of years afterward. There's a grace period until you find somewhere to live.
Until you find a job.
No, I've got.
We have social security. You don't need to find a job if you don't want to do it.
You go to school to collect social security.
I've got 1,300 meters of climbing left to max out my Swift mountain bike. My handbike's on level 2. I've got about 60 kilometers for the next upgrade on that. So it'll be 50 after today. Can't remember where I am with the dogma. Sorry, if
you start working, you'll have to pay. You'll have to pay off your student financing. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's true. Man, so I don't know. Like, I guess my cousin was saying something about that. They've been trying to find an oncologist for my uncle for the last few weeks. Apparently, they all have long waiting lines. So I was like, wait, isn't that the main complaint in Canada? That people who are against universal health care choose all the time? The long lines. People come to the US to get health care. And my uncle is in no way he's not on the state or anything, that's for sure. He's paying for it out of pocket. Or probably has really good insurance, but maybe that's the problem. But now he's in the hospital, so he has an oncologist right there. He just has to pay way more.
All right, Nick. We'll come and find you. If I can catch up with you. You've got a bit of a head start on me.
In the Danish universal healthcare system, there's a treatment guarantee, so the municipality get fined if you don't get treatment within 2 or 3 weeks or so. So you're sure to get it because the fine is really nasty.
Yeah. Well,
Don't
yeah,
be so
I've always
sure,
thought
Nick.
It's just things used.
You're almost halfway up there, Nick.
On the other hand, at the moment, the Danish healthcare system is financed by Americans using Wegovy, so I can't really claim that we're not part of the American system because we rely on the national income coming from there. So yeah.
Message for you from Smith there, Rick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't know. They're just looking to get him in for radiology to slow it down. I think that they're still like hanging on to hope, the miracle. But at this point, he's stage 4. And it's spread into his brain and into his body and whatnot. It all happened really quickly. Knowing him, he probably just wrote it off to like aches and pains. And then it was found too late. Yeah, it's one of those unfortunate circumstances. He's a good guy too. It sucks. Really good guy. Tight.
Well, there has to be a flaw in his karma somewhere since it came to be your uncle. So.
Yeah, my cousin, she's very religious. And so I think she's really pushing, because it does feel too early. It's just wild. My parents are like not acting their age. And her parents are dying off, and it's like, what's going on? They were awesome people. Why?
Yeah. It's a bloody lot. It's a bloody lottery. But...
I think that she's really just holding out hope, and that prayer and doing everything she can do will save him.
The only positive thing to say is that what took people out 50 years ago, a lot of those things are curable now, but the problem is if you got it, you got it.
Yeah. You have to catch it early enough. And yeah. Because the thing is, my aunt was diagnosed with Parkinson's. She was showing signs of it, but was diagnosed about 2 or 3 years ago. So he's been putting all of his energy into essentially just selling off everything they had, simplifying life, and just preparing for the future. Little did he know that it would be him. Because he had built, after a few different attempts, and then they ended up selling the houses, he built the final house, which was going to be their retirement house out on a lake, but it's very remote for someone with Parkinson's. And so they moved in town, or closer in town, with my cousin in her apartment. She has an apartment above her garage. And so I think it's been so focused on that, taking care of her. They also got a condo in Florida so that she could get out of the winters. And then he just didn't really pay attention to himself.
Yeah, I can see that happening. To get in a certain role as caretaker, then you don't think about yourself in that way, because you're so preoccupied thinking about the other person. And
I noticed a change in him, but I just figured it had to do with like doing that, yeah, becoming a caretaker. Essentially, like, taking all of their dreams that they had planned their entire lives for and having to stop it once again. Because the last time he built a house that was going to be their final retirement house, my grandparents needed help. They couldn't afford their house anymore. And so he went, sold his house that he had just built for really good money, and then bought their house and renovated it. And I thought it was always for the intention to try to get the investment back, but he ended up selling it. He offered it to me, but it was still a little expensive for me at the time. And so he sold it to one of my other uncles for pretty much for less than his cost, which was insane. He just wanted to keep it in the family. And so he's just always doing stuff like that. Like, just putting his life second to everyone else's. To, like, he just knows how to be a good family member. And they're both really good parents. So it's gonna be really rough on my cousin. I mean, it already is, but yeah. Oh well. But yeah, we'll have to. That's that. I don't know. I just need to find time to get over there today. Oh. It's like one of those moments where I realize I've been so busy in life that I don't see them very often. Now, it's getting a little too late. But yeah, thanks, man. This is going really fast right now. We are flying.
Thanks, Smith. So, you're still out there, Nick. I'm probably about 15 minutes away from you if you're still sat at the side of the road. And by my math, although they are PR figures. I don't know. We'll see. I hope likes a violin.
Nice. She's ready to get it all going this summer.
He's ready. So I go in Radio Shack in Niles on Friday, wanting to get some clear polycarbonate filter and clear filament, and clear PETG filament for my 3D printer. And they haven't got much of a selection this time. Last time I went in there, the wall was full. So I pick up a box of PETG, grey PETG, and go to check out. And on Fridays they give 10% discount on filament, so it was Friday that I went in. But I get back to the hotel room and or the accommodation, I should say, and following day I'm looking at it, realise that I managed to pick up a box of PLA rather than Pet G, so oh well, it'll get used.
It's a little nerdy, Filament Friday.
Oh, I know, right? Oh,
Yeah. Just ordered it on Temu. Oh no.
let's see if we can find Nick. Found him. He's there. In his flat cap. How about Nick? What goes up must come down. It's the fun bit, right? Yeah.
So how was Hope's overview of her first year? I got that right?
Yeah, so I don't get
Okay.
a lot of feedback
I had
to
a little doubt there.
questions.
I was like, wait. Oh,
So
yeah.
I asked her if she enjoyed her first year, and I got yes. So, and I asked her which are her favourite subjects, and I got a shrug of shoulders. So then I asked which are her favourite professors, and she likes her math. I did get an answer on that one. She likes her math professor
Okay.
and her engineering professor.
So that's when I would have been like, you did go to school, right? I mean, your grades said you did, but you went,
Yeah.
right?
So, guy used to ride with a shell engineer. He took his kid to work because there was a take your kid to work day. So he had to fill in an evaluation form. What was his favorite part of the day? And he put down lunch.
Well, he's being honest.
Certainly, that child has a great career in front of him.
Yeah, we've got to take our kids to work day coming up.
So I guess I'm going with my FTP is at least 291. If I was able to finish that workout at 291. I think you can finish that workout. Yes, you are there. And maybe. But then it leads to Uffe's question, which is maybe the workout isn't finishable. Just like Bren said, and your FTP is actually higher. Brent didn't say for sure.
You have to
But he
use
said
my
it might not
formula.
be.
If you're talking during your FTP effort, you add another 10%.
Well, the problem is I can still talk at like 310, which I don't think that's my FTP.
Ooh! I call Canyon to see if I can get your contract.
Yeah.
But it is labored.
So by
Labored
that
talking for sure.
by that token, your FTP's at least 350.
Yeah. That'll be the day.
I'm not even hearing your
Not saying
breathing.
I can't
So
get there this year. My heart rate's telling the story right now. That's the thing. My low zones don't tell me anything about my FTP. Because like right now, I mean, I did just get back. Oh yeah, I'm doing mostly zone 2, coming off of a few zone 3 efforts, the low ones. And yeah, 151. But yeah, I feel like zone 2, low zone doesn't tell me anything about my FTP. Or
That's
it
pretty
does. I don't know. I don't know. At the end of that workout though, because it was a steady drainer. Like it was a workout designed, the breakaway simulation. It was an hour and 44 minutes long. And in it, you like start out with a sprint, which was just shy of 600 watts. Essentially 30 seconds, because the first 15 is the sprint, then the second 15, it's supposed to be a ramp down. It only drops like 20 watts. Because ramp downs, you know, when they're that short, they don't work well. And then you go into a 3-minute threshold, which is essentially like your breakaway, maintain or break, maintain your, or try to make the gap. And then after that, you can drop down to zone 2. And it gives you like just enough high zone 2, because you're like right on the edge of tempo. Gives you just enough zone 2 to relax you a little bit. And then about when your heart rate drops down to high zone 3, you're already in high zone 3 because it starts ramping you up. And then you go for a minute at VO2. And then it even gives you that, because then you're on the front of the pace group. Because then it's like simulating you're in a pace group. So then you're on the front of the pace group for a minute. Then you drop back for 10 seconds. And then another surge for 3 seconds. And then you lather, rinse, repeat. This one did it 4 times. And then the next one, everything stayed the same, except you had less time to recover. And then the third one shortened your pull time to 40 seconds, but also still gave you less time to recover. But on that one, I started seeing my W balance go up gradually a little bit. But man, the whole time it was just like, it was pretty low. It was just a draining workout. No recovery. Well, there is 2 5-minute recovery blocks in between the 3 breakaways. But by the end of it, it had me like completely tossed. I was done.
Nick's on the move again. He's 4.5 minutes. 4.5 Zwift minutes ahead of me right now.
And then I spent like half the day feeling absolutely horrible. Couldn't do anything. Like I'd start to do something and take a quick seat. Next thing I know, I'd be like, holy, 45 minutes just passing. Oh, it's horrible. I hate those kind of days. Those days when you just feel like, oh, I'll just sit here for a second, take my shoes off, and then next thing you know, it's like, wow, I didn't plan on spending 30 minutes on the ground here. But I did recover pretty well later in the day. I still like forced myself to go get a haircut and try to flush my water heater because I think there's buildup in it. It's on demand, so I get to build up. I have to like flush it with vinegar every couple of years, or else it starts acting funny. Renais are
They're out on
great until they're not great. Which maybe I could condition the water or something and it would help, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But I use a pump that I got from Harbor Freight, and
Yes, Owen. Also the right on.
since I'm doing it once every 2 or 3 years, apparently I have to reteach myself how to do it. And even though I work with pumps every day at work, those pumps are built a little differently. And yeah, I went to, I don't know. It was either that it wasn't primed, or there was also a lot of stuff that came out of it. So maybe it was just corroded on the inside, which would be stupid, but it was a cheap Harbor Freight pump. But it was definitely, it didn't work anymore when I needed it to work. I need to go buy another. I may not have rinsed the vinegar out all the way last time or something, who knows. But you'd think they'd use, relatively corrosion-free parts in it.
Then they're not going to be selling you a new one.
But it also says all over, do not run dry. So that could have also been the issue. Because it is a whole thing to prime it. Because there is no way to actually prime it. So what I have to do is there's the inlet and outlet valve on the water heater. So then I have to close the in and out water, hook on these hoses to a different opening that they have on the front specifically for that. And then open those valves, turn the water on, but only open the right one that it puts water into the pump, and then go that way. And then I do it into a bucket, so it's an open loop system, so that no air will in there. But I did run it for a second where it may not have had water in it, and realized it very quickly, but that might have been enough.
No. It's used for cooling of the seals and lubrication of the seals. So, if you realise pretty quickly, then you could have survived.
Yeah, all the pumps at work, they can run without water. They can stay running. Those ones are champs. But they're also like thousands of dollars a piece.
1,000 meters of climbing remain. Final unlock of my mountain bike. I'm not finishing it today.
Wow, this bike is not good for climbing.
Finish it off tomorrow. Thank you for the ride on, Nick. Now, close
Oh, I can
30
hear you
seconds.
breathing. This is FTP.
Oh, I thought we had Darth Vader on the channel.
I can still talk right now.
There you go, Nick. Have one back. So, close a minute on Nick. He's now 3.5 minutes ahead. Me give you 200 watts. I'm almost there.
Hold on. Hold on, I'm using it right now. But you can have it at the top. Of course, left hand is taking off way ahead of us.
There you go, Nick.
This is so long.
Oh, so I didn't finish telling the story about Hope's violin, of where I got a rare display of emotion when I showed her the violin.
Nice.
Ooh. Okay, thank you. Thanks for liking the stream, Harry. Nick's under 3 minutes ahead of me now. The embarrassing thing is here that I'm actually PRing these segments on a mountain bike. There's some more pasta come up behind me. So I'm coffee stop and fill a bottle. It's 40, didn't it? So Nick's just made turn 10, I'm just coming up on 12. He's going to ease up going downhill, right?
That is such a long climb.
I'm on a 9-week streak. I really need a bicycle case last week.
Oh, wow. Whew. Only take coffee stops on the downhill.
That's my wife.
I thought about doing it on the uphill, but then I was like doing it. I'm like, I only have 10 more minutes I can ride, so I gotta get to work. And boy, did I. I've hardly drank any.
Yeah, I've hardly drunk as well.
Anything.
But I wanted to make another bottle because I need it before I get to the top.
Wow. Oh, that's right. And then there's a steady uphill coming up too. I mean, this course is a terrific workout with constant supply. It's not exactly fun. Yeah,
He'll do.
depending on the mood, I guess. Constant's still going 3.3 down the hill. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Florida. I think I'm ready to just take a break. Oh, I think all this recent news really killed my drive. I'm really hoping it didn't, but I feel like it kind of did, at least today. I think it was because I found out right before I went to bed. I had no chance to process it. I mean, I already kind of knew, but I was like kind of having this idea like, all right, I'm gonna go to Florida, get all this stuff done, and then I'm heading over there and we're gonna hang out. And then now to find out, well, that was too long.
Yeah, it's always like that. I hope you get to see him soon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Today should be the day. Thanks. Good riding with you.
Yeah, I'm off, so I'll see you later in the week.
Hi, Uffe.
Cheers,
Yeah.
Andy.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can disappear into this group ride. I'm gonna do that. I'm almost up. Ooh, and friends are here. Jim's here.
How long have you got to ride now?
About 7 more minutes.
Okay. If you wanted, you could teleport to me, turn around and course down. I'm
We'll see.
halfway between 11 and 10 right now. And I'm now a minute and a half behind Nick. He's going to disappear into the distance now. It's just left turn 9. I've just left turn 10.
Man, he's a nice guy. Ah. Yeah. Man, that guy has some power though. He's like just cruising along, just an engine like crazy. Just cruising along, and then all of a sudden when he wants to turn it on the hill, he just took off. Meanwhile, half the group hits their coffee breaks. And then the rest, there were some that were hanging with her pretty well. There was me who was just barely holding on to the back the whole way. I'm gonna blame the non-climbing bike, even though it was like 2%. Man.
I see Nick. On my radar, there he is, 54 seconds ahead, top of the list. Hey Katie, good morning. He says, "Good morning, Rick."
Ah, good morning. How you doing? Love you. Have a good day.
Hey, Rick. Gonna be saying that's Katie.
Hello.
Hey there, Aggie.
Hey, Aggie. How you
I'm
feeling
back.
today, Katie? Jeez, I feel like I'm back with Constance now. So I realized Lumo was climbing the Alp not too long ago, and I realized that I have never actually seen the Yeti either on someone else's screen or mine. I feel like there's times I've looked at it,
I
heard
haven't
that it was
either.
around, never saw it, and I realized that for sure when he saw it. I got a clip of it, but it was yeah, I was like, oh yeah, no, I've never seen that thing. I've seen Bigfoot,
Yeah.
not myself. At least maybe I did see it myself. I saw it on someone else's stream.
I'll let Rick tell the story, Aggie. Aggie's asking you a question.
Oh, the workout, the big one. I thought you saw, but yeah, I did finish it. Oh yeah, were you like there, but then went out riding? Something, I can't remember. But yeah, I did finish it. It was not easy. I think this means that 291 is at least my FTP though. And, which is good. Good to know because I've really kind of been concerned about how much I lost over the winter. And yeah, it was a thing. The whole thing. It is a beautifully built workout. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, for some reason I felt like you were there, but like for the beginning part of it. But now that I think about it, I guess not. I think it's because you're always there.
One TSS for an hour's riding. Nice.
Wow. Well, that's fun.
That's
more breaks than
like me, Aggie, trying to go as low on watts as I can without falling over on my rollers.
Yeah.
I've been single digits.
But yeah, that is a serious workout that Bren did. It's beautiful because it's, I mean, he was saying that there was a chance it could be not possible. But the only thing, I mean, fitness could limit someone from being able to do it, obviously, because my legs did have a couple points where I was like, am I going to be able to keep this up? But man, the workout was just so perfectly designed for like right when I was at my limit, it would let off just enough, but it never let me recover. And the 2 times that it does let you recover, it's kind of actually not as good. It's like, it's nice, but it's also that kind of like detrimental recovery where you're like, oh, I don't want to start back up again. But yeah, Bren knows what he's doing when it comes to manipulating the body. Pretty much all you need for that workout is, you know, that base fitness, which I'm not even sure how much that would be or how little, but then the biggest thing is obviously mental, because it does push your body to that point where you think about it and doubt it, you'll probably not do it. But if you keep going and trust your body and just pretty much set the limit at, if my legs actually fail, then that's when it is. That's the finish. But I'm not going to stop just because it's uncomfortable.
Here we go. We can see Nick ahead.
And my legs never fully failed. The only time they failed was once again on that last sprint. That thing is so bad. That free ride. And I wanted to step it up one more. And like I tried, but I only made it like 15 seconds. And then just maintained at 300 and something watts until the finish. And then when it was over, I didn't even know. I didn't know if I was happy about it. I just didn't know how I felt.
I'm gonna do something here, just for Nick. If I can find it.
Nice.
There we go.
What was that sound?
What?
It's like a ride-on, but was that like a Yorkshire ride-on?
I didn't do
It
anything.
was like, hey. Oh no, Nick did.
Oh,
Nick did like ride-on, but it sounded, I don't know, for some reason, I don't know if my earbud wasn't in all the way or what, but it sounded funny.
there we go. Black Cappers of the world unite.
Oh jeez, he is hammering. Oh, it was a workout.
No,
Okay.
He's just
That's
finished
fine.
the workout.
Well, that was perfect timing for me to put the hammer time down. All right, I gotta stop now. This is the problem. Once I get going, even
I know,
if I
right?
don't feel like riding. I was gonna stream today, and the name of my stream was just gonna be "When Life Gives You Lemons." ... I didn't want to put "Then You Ride Your Bike" because it was too long. I don't know how much it would allow. Maybe, well, this is a pretty long title. But the ODZ Breakfast Show with Uffe, Rick, and Andy and Alping, we will go. I think I could have fit it in. But anyway. But then I was like, I don't even feel like streaming. Barely felt like talking. Why am I not U-turning? There we go. Going down. And, but yeah, now I feel like I want to keep riding up the Alp. And I have a whole bunch of sugar water left.
What are you, a butterfly?
Free drink. Sometimes.
Oh, well, I think Nick's done. Cheers, Nick. Thank you for dangling the carrot out there.
If I would have kept going, would you have kept going?
Oh. You don't have to stop to change your headgear. Yay. What workout did you do, Nick? And if you want, Katie. We've got a while before I'm there yet. An hour or so. 25 minutes, there we go, I'll say 25 minutes. Another 120 meters of climbing and I'll have 500 meters to go. No, it's distance to upgrade a bike though, Katie. There's that Xert again. Or Zert. Yeah, we have good days and bad days, Nick.
Do I look tan today?
What was that?
Probably the light dictates if I look tan, kind of.
Well.
And Heidi convinced me to go to a tanning salon yesterday.
Yeah?
Before we go to Florida, she was like, "Aren't you afraid you're gonna burn in Florida?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm afraid. Never been scared of going to warm places and being in the sun, but I mean, sure, it'll be a concern." She was like, "Well, why don't you just tan?" And I got thinking about it. I was like, you know what? That's not a half bad idea. At least give my skin, like, then I won't have to have that, like, initial, like, skin sensitivity risk the first day. And, like, have that first day where I'm just all red and bothered. Maybe. So yeah, I did that yesterday. And I don't know. I feel like I'm a little darker. I'm at least not pale. So that's good.
Aggie's right. Aggie says, Rick, you live in Maine. You don't get to tan ever.
Actually, I will have you know, I stay dark. Well, maybe not dark, but I get pretty dark because I don't stay out of the sun very much when the summer comes because I love it. And I know I'm gonna miss it.
So on Friday,
everybody's like, "Oh, it's so hot," and I'm like, "I don't care. It's not hot in the winter."
On Friday, we went to going down from Grand Rapids, heading to the girls' university. We stopped at Holland in Michigan, and walking around the tulips there because they're getting ready for their festival. We were probably wandering around those for a couple of hours, and I didn't really realise I got sunburned.
Yeah, the sun's enough now to like get some sun. I've seen some people around here getting red, and I feel like it's still a bit early, but the thing is that it isn't. But I've been wearing a sweatshirt most of the time because, like, apparently, I don't know, I just still wear a sweatshirt till like 70. Even at 70, I'm still wearing a sweatshirt usually because it's just so annoying to take it off and then have to put it back on again in like an hour or two when it gets into the 60s.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny you bring that up, Nick, about the nails. I did not get my nails done. Maybe I should. But I did hear yesterday I was at the send-off, what they call the summit send-off at the cheer gym. And so it's just all of them, they perform, whatnot, and all the teams. And so I hear a woman behind me. I didn't turn around to see who it was. But like, I hear a woman behind me talking about, "Yeah, we went to get pedicures the other day, and we were able to convince Mark to get a pedicure." And so and then I heard like the other woman like, oh, did he get color? And then he's like, yeah. She was like, yeah, he actually like he picked out the team's colors. So I'm gonna be looking around for this guy. But it's also like at the same time, if you're a cheer dad going to this sort of thing, if you have your nails done, it's like it's pink, it's like teal blue and black are the team colors. So if you like, or no, orange. Isn't there, there's some orange in, I don't know. There's a lot of colors. But anyway, if you get any of those colors, it's pretty much like ODZ colors, believe it or not. But I think there is some pink in there. But yeah, if you get that done, you're like, you're the hero. You know, you're now the cool cheer dad. So you can do that, and I'll just not.
Yeah, you're right, Nick.
My dad would immediately. He'd be like, really? My dad would let that one.
I've got a soundbite to add to the Discord soundboard after. So if you've been watching any of your Mel's recent streams, he's coined a phrase, "Give me my jersey," when he goes for a sprint. So I found it in his last stream and cut that out. Oh, I'm going to add it to the soundboard so when he's on a ride and I can hit it. And I was saying to him that it could spawn a whole series of gimme my, and we were just getting ready to go for lunch at a pizza place. I said to him, should I say to the waiters, "Give me my pizza"?
Give me my cookie.
See, I'd be up there.
Yeah, that's a good tagline for destroyers of cookies. Give me my cookie.
Yeah. So, Brett dropped a photograph of some cookies that he'd made with whey powder in the Destroyers of Cookies chat the other day, and he just said chocolate chip whey powder cookies. And Mike said, "You had me at whey powder." I said, "You had me at chocolate. You had me again at chip. And again at cookies."
Ooh, less than, or no, a little over 100 kilometers.
Nice.
Getting
How
close.
much are the upgrades for those things?
Sure. I don't even know. Left hand, Matthew was saying that he is almost finished with stage 4, which is like, really? How many are there on this thing? You just set a 24-hour record and you still have not maxed this thing out? At least I think he was on this. Pretty sure he was. Unless if he's just talking about another one. He might be working on another one. I hope he's talking about working on another one. But actually, it's very possible, because if this is 550 kilometers, the next one could be what? Like, you're getting close to 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah. Yeah, Aggie. I've said it before. I don't have a sweet tooth. I've got a mouthful of them. I like sweet stuff. So I made some Kendall mint cake before we went to get the girls, and it had to survive Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and most of Friday before we got to see the girls. So they got some. I did manage to leave some for them. Basically, Aggie, I don't know if you've seen it. Kendall mint cake is sugar, a small amount of milk to just dissolve it, and peppermint essence. And it's just crunchy sugar, crystallized sugar, minty sugar.
Pretty much where I was at the top of that climb with Constance, that's pretty much kind of like the high area of where I was that entire workout. Like I was sitting down about here the entire workout. That's crazy. On W balance.
500 meters. There it is, 500 meters to go. To max out the Swift TT bike. I'm not doing it today. I've got a couple of 100 meters to the top now. So we'll finish it off tomorrow. Just go part way up the Alp. Yeah, it is, Haggy.
I'll never do that workout again.
It,
heard a rumor.
In the Lake District, hikers like to take a bar of it.
What's going on? What is happening? Right now, friggin' intervals has dropped my FTP again. So now I'm down to 280.
Oh, you're getting close to me, Rick.
So, like, I'm beginning to not trust this. I just did a workout at 291 that is meant to push you to your absolute limit, and I finished it. So, like, I should be at least 291, right? But yet, it goes and, like, I took it easy yesterday, and then today it wasn't even like a hard workout. It was a good workout, and
yeah, I just got the answer.
All-time highs.
You're Rick covering.
Maybe. This is my fitness. It's showing my fitness higher than it's been as long as this has been recording. My highest was 89 according to this, back when it said my FTP was 3. What did it say here? It said 298 at this point when I was at 97. At 88 fitness. And then, who knows? Who knows? I don't trust it anymore. Probably if I do an FTP test, it would probably jump it back up. Yeah, I'm noticing that with intervals. I like it for like, am I ready? I think this is good news about my uncle. Cool. So he'll be there all day. All right, I gotta get moving.
All right, Rick.
That's not happy. That's not happy times that it dropped me down to 280. Why would it do that? I don't understand. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong, intervals?
Yeah, just keep riding. Maggie's got it right. Just keep riding.
Oh yeah. It's been, as you can see here, like during this time I saw it dropping me down and I was like, whatever. Because I was kind of like, I was injured during that time. But then it like kept dropping me down. And so far it's done this a couple times where I was like right here where I'm making good progress. I did a ramp up. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, we're just going to send you down another one.
Just another corner, Nick. That's what my parents used to say.
The last time I had so I started using this after I had done an FTP test, but like you could see the way that it was reading it with what limited information it had, it was like it had my FTP really low, and then I went and did the grade, and all of a sudden it just jumped my FTP way up. Like on the grade it gave me 291, but then this was telling me that my FTP was like 310 or something like that. And then gradually it's kind of brought it down over time. Here it was 300 in November, and I think it was like It was showing higher back in October. And when Annette and I did the Alp PRs that time, she was actually getting a hold of me the other day about doing that again sometime.
Yeah, we'll do it on the umpteenth of October.
The only problem is that looking at like just going with Constance up that one little hill there, it's like, I mean, it obviously didn't push me all the way to my limits, and I could have kept going, but I just have to get used to like staying in that ouch, this hurts, let's do this for 43 minutes kind of mind state. And I also weigh more than I did when I did that, but so I have to put out a little more power.
You know, when I started this ride off, I'm thinking, I really, really don't want to go up the Alp. But Nick being there, that really helped. You coming and joining as well, again, that helped.
Yeah.
And now I've got
It's amazing how just
2 short turns left after this one.
Riding with friends and just doing it, all of a sudden it becomes way better.
Yeah, having people to chat to as well on the stream and on Discord, it all helps. Yeah, and now I'm going up the Alp. In fact, I'm almost at the top.
I have about 10 minutes to get ready. All right, I will see you tomorrow.
All right, Rick. Thanks, buddy. And now I'm all on my own. With you guys, of course. Well, about 5 minutes. You know, over 5 minutes to be at the top. Well, I'll be at turn 1. And I've got that final stint up to the top. Yep, exactly, Katie. Here, it's not so much the birds as the chipmunks, Katie. Oh, man. Squeak, 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 squeak. Oh, a coffee stop, but no one to coffee stop on. Oh. Oh, I think we must have 3 families of them in my backyard. So in summer we like to have the windows open at night and then be woken up as soon as day breaks by them chirping and squeaking at each other. I think there's probably just one angry one. Well, I didn't think I'd be doing an hour and a half ride. Oh, after almost a week off the bike. Turn 4. One more turn. Satulagi. And we got 310, 315 thereabouts for this one. I don't know how I PR'd everything this morning. On the mountain bike. I don't think I've seen a quail in the flesh, Katie. I know what they look like, but... Uh-oh. Hell's stuck. There we go. Yeah, I know. It's like they float. We'll get to the top, switch to the handbike. Won't be standing. I'd have to bring Jerry as well, Katie, then we can have Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Get ready to do an oil change on Yolanda's car. Have to do the girls as well. Okay, so I was a little bit out with the estimate for this one. Just a few seconds. At 310, 315. And we were 323. Last one. Last part. Yeah, there's a good one near Fond du Lac that I was introduced to last year. But definitely have to visit a bit more often. Let Aggie know where you are in Idaho, Katie. Yeah. Nice. I'm in the part of Wisconsin that the Glacier's flattened, so there aren't many hills around me. Well, I thought I was going to make 80 minutes, but seeing that ETA 77 is a nice surprise. Not bad for a mountain bike. So, what do we think I'm going to get? Wheels? Gloves? Helmet? Place your bets. I guess his cap. What do you think, Katie? So I'd really like to do the Fred at some point. The Fred Whitten challenge. That's a 112-mile ride over 5 of the Lake District passes in places. Some of them hit 30%. Katie says wheels. How about you, Nick? What do you think I'll get? Hey there, Rob. Good morning. Almost at the top. Yeah, the Fred is a brute, for sure. I've got friends that have done it, and I've ridden with the group that organise it. Nick says socks. But for me to be able to do the Fred, it means I've got to be visiting my parents at the time of year that it's on. Good morning, Greg.
Hey, good morning, Andy. How are you?
All the better for just having got to the top of the Alp.
Nice. How was your trip?
It was good. I got sunburned wandering around tulips. And we had a rare display of emotion from Hope when I showed her the violin that I'd 3D printed for her.
Oh, wow.
Sprint finish? No way. I'm not sprinting. But seeing as you asked, Rob, we'll bring it up a bit. Let's see what we get. Helmet. There you go. I've been off the bike for almost a week, Rob. This is my first day back, so come to a stop, switch to the handbike, and descend. How far we gotta go? We have got, what, 270, 271? 271 metres to max out the Zwift mountain bike now. Oh, I'm going to, Rob, we are going to descend. Not coming all the way up here without getting some 3 kilometres. What you got planned this morning, Greg?
Oh, just ride for, I don't know, 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Got to get into work. Drop my truck off to the shops. It's got an oil leak on the front of the engine. It's going to be in there for a few days, and then working overtime tonight, so I'll be working late.
Gotcha. I guess I need to pedal to continue to get drops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Pretty sure on the hand bike I've seen 90 kilometers going down here at places. 90 kilometers an hour.
I did a Bologna time trial yesterday,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
coming down on that, I rode the tarmac,
Yeah.
and coming down that I saw 93.
I've had 100k coming down there, just near the bottom. It's one of the few places you can hit 100 kilometers an hour quite easily. I was old school. I got my 100 kilometers an hour on the radio tower.
Yep, that's where I got mine too. That was a long time ago.
It was. I remember the day I did it as well. I was at my local bike store, and I decided to give it a try, and I was done. And I realised I was only 3 kilometers an hour away from it. So, give it another final push and got it.
Nice.
Just like that day Greg was encouraging me when I was going up Sker. that is burned in my brain. A good memory. Thank you for that.
Oh yeah.
I always got to go down when you go up, Rob. You can't just go up. Got to earn some extra distance for another bike. Have you got all the route badges yet, Greg?
shots I don't have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I finished them off a couple of weeks ago now. Again. Till the
Pretty
next
much any of the
expansion.
super long- all the super long ones. I don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, I did all the long ones first. Back when I started doing them. Towards the end, I was doing like six routes a day because they were really short. And then the day that I finished them, the following morning I got up, like I always do, got ready to get on the bike, came down to the basement, turned everything on and thought, what am I going to do? I've got all the route badges now. I didn't know what to do. Lying down here. I've got the aero boost. I'm at 88 kilometers an hour. There's one here. $50k on the handbike to my next upgrade. So I'll finish the mountain bike off tomorrow and then do some Tempest Fujit on the handbike. Thanks, Katie. Loving it. Almost at the bottom. Yeah. I'll get a shower, a bit of recovery, a bit of bet-bets. I'm not going for breakfast yet. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder, Katie. I'll go and get one. Put that up with me. They're right behind my green screen behind me. Another kilometre in. That'll be me done. Up to the right on, Sarah. How I wish, Katie. How I wish. I just buy a couple of 8-packs when I get low. Thank you for the ride on.
Yeah, thank you, Katie.
Finish this kilometre out. Oh yeah, could be a little course there now. There it is.
What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we lay and make the time stand still? What if we stay? Pretend there's nothing else.
Here we go, 45k to the let's upgrade on the handbike. Do it on the dogma. Let's do on that to the next one. Thanks, Katie.
Whew.
Hi everyone out in Streamland, much appreciated. Thank you for riding with today. Let's see if there's anybody else out there that's available here. No, I'm not being live. Oh, let's see if there's anybody out there that's riding. Irish Ricky's out there. He did. Not doing anything.
What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we lay and make the time stand still? What if we stay?
I think we found somebody here. Right, cheers, Nick. Raid going here. Thank you everybody for joining us. And Raid trial ban live. If you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, we'll stream down shortly. Right, Facebook and YouTube, thank you very much for joining us, like I said, and I'll be back with another ride tomorrow. Bye for now.
I've been drinking water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. I won't hide to break apart.